Been with Super Pump Podcast in Chinatown, Boston, Massachusetts, and I have a question for you today. What radical idea do you have that would greatly improve the quality of your life? Come with me for a little bit. So we are walking right now in Chinatown Park, and this, just a few years ago, was the central artery of I-93, one of the busiest, largest expressways in the United States. And somebody had this crazy idea that they were going to take this massive artery, this massive, just always gridlock interstate, and put it down beneath me, underneath the city of Boston. And on top of it, they wanted to replace it with parks, and they wanted to replace it with all this beauty. Look how pretty this is. So you can see the sign kind of in the far background, I-93 North. But what did this do? First off, it cleaned up the air in downtown Boston. I worked just a few blocks from here during that time, and these cars just sat on the central artery. It was like a parking lot up there. It was absolutely terrible, spewing all kinds of particulates into the air, and it was really just disgusting. Also, the traffic was terrible. But do you know what they created? They created this greenway, but not only that, they took 16 million cubic yards of dirt, and they created Spectacle Island. They created 2 additional parks. They reused that in different ways that continue to have benefits. They also planted, as you look around here, they planted 5,000 trees, 30,000 shrubs, and the air quality here has actually gone way up. And traffic is now so much smoother. So the amount of gallons wasted in gas, the amount of particulates being spit in the air, way down. My question to you is, as a Super Pump listener, what are you willing to invest in your life to make radical change that's going to greatly increase your quality of life? This increased quality of life for Bostonians. But what kind of crazy idea do you have to make that change in your life? And what are you willing to invest? So maybe you want to stop that crazy commute in your life where you're just sitting in traffic for 30 minutes or an hour and a half every day, both ways. Maybe you want to move closer to your job. Maybe you're ready to retire and you're like, enough is enough. I also want you to think, what am I willing to invest? 16 years they invested to do this. 16 years, and it's the largest federally funded highway project. So they put major time and money into this. And during that change, things got worse. When I worked here, they had all those construction trucks, and it was absolutely terrible. If you want to make a change in your life, you've got to make the investment. Eventually, you're going to hit that dream. And so now downtown Boston is really the envy of so many downtowns across our country, where the highway is hidden underneath our feet. It is really spectacular. So I want you to think big and dig into your life and figure out how you can radically change your life. If you need help doing that, just hit me up, book one of my appointments, and let's talk about it. See if I can help you make those changes, start the big change, start your big dig. Super pumped out. Thanks for joining me today on the Super Pump Life podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, I have 2 really quick next steps for you. First, subscribe or follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube so you don't miss future shows. And second, jump on over to superpump.com, where there are all kinds of great tips and tools for you to launch your Super Pump life. Keep well, and I'll see you next time.